Prophetic insight gives us positive outlook on life. When Jesus talked about His suffering before He suffered, He always included resurrection. When He didn't shy away from how much pain He's going to have to endure. The moment disciples came to the revelation that He is the Son of God, He did not spare any details from how gruesome, painful and gory His death is going to be. He would describe the rejection, He would describe the betrayal, but He never finished His description with the cross. He always would finish with this statement, and I will rise 3 days later. Even in here, they're glorifying Him. These people came, Greeks came asking for Jesus, and Jesus switches the whole thing. He says, yeah, I know everybody right now is following me, but you have to understand, I'm gonna be like a grain seed thrown down in the dirt, in the darkness. And He doesn't finish with the dirt and the darkness. He always finished it with His resurrection. Jesus trusted the prophetic insight by prophet David, who said, you will not leave my soul in the grave. He trusted in the prophetic plan from God the Father for his life, that even looking at his suffering, he always had positive outlook through that suffering. Jesus was not a pessimist. Knowing what he's going to go through, he always finished that thing saying, I will rise again. Jesus is a faith man. Jesus is a positive man. Jesus is an optimist. It oozed out of him. It came out of his language. It came out of his tongue. It came out of his speech. True model Jesus left us is this. If I'm going through something, I must understand. I have to have a prophetic insight into my future to know that when it's dark, when it's uncertain, when it's scary, the words God has given to me through the prophet so and so, so and so, so and so, so and so, and if you did not get any prophetic words, come to Hungry Generation. You will get a lot of prophetic words. But let's just say you go to a church where you did not get prophetic words. You have the best prophetic word, it's called the Bible. Prophet Jeremiah can give you a prophetic word in Jeremiah 29 verse 11. There's other prophets that can give you other words, and when you have a prophetic insight into the future, you can look into the darkness without seeing the light, and you can have a positive outlook. Why? Because prophetic insight gives you a positive outlook. Prophetic insight helps you not to be a pessimist when things are bad, when things are dead, when things are not turning around, when things are getting worse. You have to be like Jesus. I will rise again. I will smile again. I will love again. I will prosper again. I will walk again. I will hear again. I will see again. I will marry again. I will restart my business again. My ministry will grow again. You have to have the Spirit of Christ. Yes, I will suffer. Yes, it will hurt. Yes, it will be difficult, but I have a prophetic insight. Through the thick darkness, I will rise again. There will be Sunday morning, and I will rise on Sunday morning. My family will rise again. My mom and dad will serve God. My brother and sister will serve God. My children will be healthy. My children will serve God. I will rise again. Oh, it might not be today. It might not be tomorrow. But on the third day, I will rise. This encourages me because see, prophecy helps me to see the future. If I don't have a prophetic word, I will see a funeral. I will see that it will end. I will see that it's over for me. But having a prophetic word, I look beyond the betrayal, beyond my feelings, beyond all of what I'm feeling, my mood, and I declare with Christ, I'll rise again. I'll breathe again. I'll walk again. I will serve again. I will work again. I will preach again. I will write again. I will live again. Prophetic insight is so important. Jesus was not a pessimist naysayer. Jesus was not a pitiful, suffering Messiah. He was a powerful suffering Messiah. When He suffered, He told His friends things will be hard, but He always told them, I'm coming back. Like a palm tree that goes through the storm and it gets bent, it rises back up. Jesus always told His followers, we're coming back. I'm coming back. I will lose all my followers. I will lose the crowd. Pharisees will destroy my reputation. But on the third day, I will rise again. And we will not just have a small following. We will have a movement. The world will not be able to stop. That's Jesus' optimistic view of His future. What do you see about your future? I see thousands locally and millions globally. When I look at even right now this sanctuary, it's empty with an exception of about few people that are in this room. But I see a large auditorium of people that are coming. The largest conference that we had at the track center, with over 3,000 people that showed up. I see that every single Sunday coming to our church for just one service. I see that our conference services, they will be held at the largest stadiums, and I see hundreds of people coming to know Jesus every single weekend. I see the testimonies we get now of just few healings that happen every single day. We're going to see hundreds of them every single week. We have to look through the cross. We have to see the crown. We have to look through the cross and we have to see the calling. We have to look through the cross and we have to see our cause. We have to look through all of this and we have to have a prophetic picture. We will rise again. If you lost your marriage to divorce, you have to look through that and see that you will rise again. If you've been betrayed, abused and taken advantage of, you have to look through that and you have to have a prophetic insight into your future. The dream that you had as a child, that dream is not postponed. Keep that in front of you. The vision God has given you, keep that in front of you, because prophetic insight is not given. God is not playing games with you by stirring up feelings within you of hope only to squash them with reality. God is giving you a prophetic insight the way He gave to Jesus. And Jesus, in the middle of everything, had a positive outlook. And Jesus is my example. Jesus is also your example.